Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, the Bigger Vision Podcast. I am Big Amp, the Sauce King, with Burning the Barber. We got two special guests come on the show today. My girl Lysandra and my girl Shelby with two L's. Can't forget about that. Before we begin, man, I just want to do a mental check-in because my boy been going through it. It's been 2 weeks, and I don't know how he doing. I hope he's okay.
With that bullshit.
We good, Burning. Bro. Are you okay? You know, your team lost 2 weeks in a row. Is everything good? Like your mental health is you all right?
As long as the Hurricanes don't win this shit, I'm great. So I mean, they ain't win shit, so I'm great. I'm good. We won the national championship last.
Here we go with it.
I'm just saying. So my mental health is amazing.
Okay,
amazing.
Just making sure because y'all 0-2 right now. Just making sure.
That shit did hurt. It did hurt though. It did hurt.
Okay.
My mental it's getting better. It's getting better.
Okay. All right, man. How y'all doing, ladies?
I mean, I'm fantastic.
Oh,
that's right.
Fantastic.
Okay.
I'm good. I'm not trying to be in the middle.
How's your mental life?
Oh no, it's good. I say it's like 9.5 out of 10 right now.
9.5. That a girl.
Okay.
That a girl.
Good.
Okay. Before we begin, tell us a little bit about your business, about what you're doing, and the entrepreneurship lifestyle and stuff like that.
I mean, I've been a hairstylist for 15 years. I have my own studio here next to my best friend Vernon. I do everything. I do color extensions. I do a lot of bridal business on the side. I do makeup. You name it.
And the name of it is
Heritage House.
Heritage House. You have a nonprofit organization, right?
I do. I just started a nonprofit called Project 222, and we basically just do anything to help at-risk youth in South Florida. Really,
That's awesome.
I don't discriminate. So Palm Beach and Dayton.
Yeah, that's what's up.
I definitely co-signed both of them. I did work with both of them, and I worked with her, and I did.
Come through.
So
every time my kids needed haircuts, he came. I will say that.
That a boy.
He did.
He good for some.
No,
thank God.
He is.
At least he can give a haircut.
You feel me?
My God, for one thing.
He does keep his word.
His team can't win a game, but at least he can give a haircut.
It's gonna be a good one today. So,
oh my God, dog.
Yeah. We gonna get into it, man. We here to talk about interracial dating. One of our hosts right here, he's actually in an interracial relationship right now, so we're gonna get more into that. But my first question is like, why do we date outside of our race, and why do people hate on it so much? I want to start with y'all.
I don't think people consciously go out of their way to be like, I'm gonna purposely go date someone out of my race to like piss someone off or anything. It's just mainly who you're attracted to. And if you're attracted to a person of a different race, then kudos to you. But it's what comes after that.
So you've dated white and black? Or just black?
When you say white.
White, like potato salad white?
No, not that way. No.
Never?
No.
Would you?
They have to be like a swaggy white. Like someone you're gonna bring to the cookout. What? Oh God, yes. I love me some Travis Kelce. Yes.
Okay.
But
the hint of black.
The white man got some little season.
A little sazon, like a little something. Yeah, I can't do potato salad. They put rings in the potato salad.
Have you ever dated a white man? Never.
See?
Why not?
They don't really try to talk to me. They don't. Like, especially like as I got older, like in high school, there might have been like one boy on the baseball team that like I might have like talked to, but we didn't. But now, like, white men don't approach me.
So is that the reason, because they don't approach you?
No, I mean, I'm not attracted to them either, so it definitely goes both ways. But I just never have been.
But that's all energy. I feel like if we're putting out something that we're not attracted to, it's not gonna come to us because I'm like, nope.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree
Yeah.
with that.
You agree?
I can't believe I'm agreeing with her, but I agree with her. I agree with her.
Cheers, friend.
What about you?
Cheers to agree with me.
I think every race love black men. We the shit. I'm telling you, they love us. It's just
I mean,
everybody.
I think so too.
He's gonna say because black is beautiful.
Black
Right.
is we the best. I think we the best at
I just
everything.
hear it all the
I
time.
mean, and that's no disrespect. I love obviously no disrespect to a white man or whatever, but I just feel like as a whole, we can't be fucked with. Just it is what it is. I think just naturally, like without trying, I just feel like
Mm-hmm.
we is it. You feel me?
So is that your reason for dating white?
Nah, that ain't my reason. I mean, again, shit. Actually, and I get asked this a lot. I got
Let's get into it. Let's
a
talk
lot. A
about
lot
it.
of people don't ask me, but damn, do you not like black women? Because well, first off, I only been in two like serious relationships, and the two relationships I ever been in like serious,
Mm-hmm.
I both married. I married both of them. So, and they just the cards that was dealt, they both so happen to be white. Well,
Not black.
half white, not black, whatever. Yeah. And but it ain't. I don't have a problem with black women. I is some very attractive black women that got their shit together and all that. That because that's really what moved me. You know, is the other shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's really what draws me in. Like looks, you can find that shit everywhere. Everybody look good to a degree, just depend on who you ask. But it's behind that, like what you got going on, what kind of emotion, morals, what your mindset, drive. And to me, I just think that's kind of like
That's what you're
kind of
attracted to.
Yeah, that's really what I'm attracted to. And damn,
So what I'm getting,
I don't want to. Fuck it. I'm gonna say it.
Go ahead.
The majority. Nah, go ahead. I ain't. Nah, I ain't.
I feel
Well,
like I
say that.
know what he's
Well,
gonna
what I'm
say.
getting
No,
at,
I don't.
I don't know where
It's
he's
not.
going.
It's not about that. But I don't want to say that part because it's going to disrespect.
well, I don't know what that is, so you got to tell
Don't worry,
me.
I already know what it is. I feel like I know.
You got to tell me. I don't know what that.
Because I don't
is.
want people to take it out of context. You feel
Okay,
me?
that's the damage control. Now let me hear it.
So not taken out of context, and I'm only speaking from my personal experience. I can't speak for anybody here, but and I don't dealt with black women. I just never been in a serious relationship with one.
Mm-hmm.
And if I had a pie between black, white, Spanish, whatever, the ones that I came across that had they shit together was
always a white woman.
Well, I mean,
in your personal experience.
Yes, yes. Now, it's a few black girls that had their shit together, but
Yeah.
it was more on the lower end. It was not that many.
Right.
Like majority of it sound like there's been a lot of girls I've dated because it ain't been a lot, but
Yeah.
you feel me? So it's just like the level, the percentages was much higher in my experience. And again, I'm only speaking for my experience. I'm not saying there's not black women out there that's
Right.
because it is. Shit, my mom, your mom, all our moms is that. You feel me? So I can't disrespect a black woman because I definitely think they the shit too, and just being what it is. You feel me? I came from a black woman, so I can't disrespect them like that. But just in my personal experience, I think it's a higher percentage was.
Now let me ask you this: dating a white woman, being married to a white woman, how does your family like accept it? And I want to ask you the same question because you obviously date black men. How does your family accept that?
Well, I feel like so I went to Nova, so that was like a very diverse school. And my
Majority
mom,
white, but
when I was going there, I was the only white person in some of my classes. So
yeah.
back then, I don't know how it is now, but back then I was the only white person in some of my classes. But my mom said she purposely sent me and my sister there because she wanted us to, learn different religions and have friends of different races and maybe learn a different language, which we never did. But she purposely wanted us to go there to have that experience because my neighborhood school was South Plantation. That was like rednecks or Melrose. Like there was no in between at South Plantation. And my mom didn't know that literally, but that's what it was when I was in school. So she purposely sent us there like for that experience. And I mean, my parents never cared. Like they just it was what it was. It wasn't like, oh, your boyfriend's black. Like it was just like, oh, it's your boyfriend. Okay, cool. Like invite him over, do whatever, this and that. So I never.
Was it like a culture shock for them or no?
No,
Like,
I mean my dad is from Memphis,
I was
so
about to say, your
like
dad seemed
he's with all the shits or whatever. And my mom, she's accepting of everyone. Like she didn't care. And I also feel like stuff like that is like taught. Like if you don't like certain, well, like race, like being racist is taught. Like I wasn't born to be like, oh, that's a black person. Like when I was younger, I didn't even really look at anybody. Like when we were kids, I wasn't like, oh, my friend's black or my friend's Spanish. I was just like, we're all
My
friends.
friends.
So
yeah. Right. What about you?
Oh, bro, you know. I thought it was me. Oh, I thought it was.
No, I was asking y'all the same question.
He's like, next one.
What was the question again?
Like, how does your
How's your
family
family?
take to it?
So my mom, damn, I'm thinking about. So growing up, my mom, I remember vividly. My mom always said, damn, that's crazy. She always told me, she was like, I don't care who you with, like she could be brown, green, purple, whatever, long as she treats you right. You know, she never really put, yeah, because again, when I was in high school, like, yeah, I damn to think about it. Damn, bitch, you made me think about some shit.
But was it only just your mom? Like anybody in, you know what I'm saying? Anybody in the family, or anybody had a problem with it?
Well, the only person I've been
Or
around,
friends? Because you know that's a thing too. You know,
mean,
when you sometimes people would try to hide it around their friends, like
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I mean, if they hide it, I mean that obviously I won't know, but ain't nobody ever stepped to me, and if they did, obviously I don't give a fuck. Fuck them if they don't like. It is what it is. Like at the end of the day, I'm the one that got to deal with the shit. So it is what it is. But like I said, like you said, like the question, yeah, my mom, she never really pushed the race. Damn, white girl all the time.
You have.
You made me think about that. Like, damn, bro, like that's crazy, bro. Like, shit.
This is who you are.
Shut up, bro.
I never had an issue. I never had any concerns because I never went into anything thinking anything of it. I'm Puerto Rican. My whole family, we're all different things. We're African, we're Indian, we're Spanish. There's so much. So the first time I ever experienced someone else treating me different because I dated someone that was outside of my race, I was like, I don't understand what's happening. Like we're from the Caribbean. I dated a lot of Jamaican men. So there's a lot of similarities. So I never really thought I'm different from these people until outsiders would make a comment. Like, why is she with him? Or someone made a comment one time about my name. Like when their mother heard my name. Her name's Lysandra. What kind of hair does she have? And I was like, what? Me? What? And I was like, yeah. Which doesn't bother me, but I just thought like, how racist. Like this woman doesn't even know me. And the first thing is, what's my hair look like? Because you heard my name. So I experienced it in so many different aspects, but I never thought about it like, what's a concern? I like you. I'm gonna date you. And everyone else, okay, bye.
True. What's your nationality?
Puerto Rican.
Oh, you consider black anyway.
I'm telling you, we got it all.
To your question, I ain't never had no concerns. I've dated white women before.
Passing on the question to a nigga. Go ahead and elaborate too, nigga.
I'm answering. Damn, this nigga always do that. Never give me a chance to answer when I'm answering. Like,
you been sitting quiet this whole time,
nigga. You the only one married to a white woman,
but you been with one too, so you got.
I've been with one. You married to one, nigga. You been with a white woman your whole goddamn life.
You just went down memory lane.
You should be sitting here hosting this shit. The fuck? I've probably been with like 3 white women my whole life. Like, but I never had no concerns. Like, a couple of the white women I've been with, they act black. You know what I'm saying? But I don't like those type of black.
So they ain't really white.
They white.
There ain't no way around it.
They just they part of the the community, the black community. They act black. They talk.
Was that a turn off to you though?
No, he clearly liked it.
He liked it for a moment.
Yeah, for the moment.
Like,
yeah, it was a while ago. You know what I'm saying? But you got some that's like they really too much. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So much.
Yeah, it's too much. But other than that, like I don't have no problem with dating white women. My only thing is, and that's just me, I wouldn't marry a white woman. That's just my personal preference.
I don't think so. I've never had any issues I would say maybe just like if like their family wasn't accepting of me, because like I know my family is accepting, so I don't have any issues on my end. But I would just say, but I feel like it's 2024. I don't know like how common that is anymore, but that would be my only concern, if any.
Brennan, what are your concerns? Do you have any concerns, Brennan?
I mean, I don't really have no. I don't get. I don't have.
Okay,
I
do
don't
you
get.
feel like you have to turn it down when you in a
Never turn it down.
setting?
No, I
No,
never.
never. You still yourself, like
I'm
every
gonna be.
24/7.
I feel it'll feel like I don't know. I just feel like that'll be a disservice to myself. Like you already heard me speak about black men. I just feel like what I look like dumbing down what I feel like is a blessing to be black. Like be a black man. Like why would I dumb it down when I'm already gifted with all these, you feel me, attributes?
Right.
You know, so feel like that's a disservice. This disservice to God. Like shit, I ain't dumbing shit down. If you don't like it, fuck you. It is what it is. I swear that's how. Fuck it.
That's
Like it's
exactly
either
true.
it is what it is. Fuck it. It is what it is.
So, what advice would y'all give somebody, a friend or somebody who wants to do interracial dating and has never done it before? Like, what advice would you give to them?
What to look for? Just if the person is nice to you and they treat you how you want to be treated, then that's all that matters. I don't really think it's like a.
I mean, like personal.
I remember people telling me that in the past. Like, you're gonna face women who are not gonna be happy with the fact that you're dating a black man.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, and I would be like, yeah, and I never understood that. I'm like, but why? And it happened multiple times where girls not talking to me, but talking at me. They'd be standing right next to me. Oh, she got a tall one. Oh, she had to get this one. Why she can't date? I'm like, I'm right here. Like, what is the problem? But at the end of the day, it's not my fault that a man chose to date me or who I'm attracted to. So I would just preface that for anybody. Like, just be ready that some people may not like this, and that's okay. But don't feed into it. You give them that attention and energy.
When I was in high school, I had a boyfriend for like 3 or 4 years, and he was black. And I don't want to call it bullied, but we would go to Sawgrass Mall like every Saturday. Me and him would go to the movies every Saturday, and like they would like do the same thing to me, like, oh, like I'll take her boyfriend, and I'd be like, take him, he's right here. Like, I
Right.
don't give a fuck about that. He was not gonna stop talking to me. So that was like a thing that I've encountered. Most recently, well, this was like years ago, whatever. I was in Walmart, and this lady that worked there was an older black lady. She was like, "Oh, you better take care of him," and I was like, "No, he better take care of me." Like,
Right.
what? You don't even know him. Like,
I just found him outside.
right? Like, I just met him.
I'm buying him a snack. Are you serious right now?
So just like little stuff like that, but I don't think it's a big deal.
So, with that being said, what advice would you give somebody?
Be tough.
To not care what other people think and don't.
Yeah,
listen
don't
to
give a
them.
shit.
But I've always been like that. I don't care what people think.
I'm a love is love person altogether.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care who you love or who you go after, as long as someone's treating you well. Who gives a shit what anyone says? So that's all I have to tell everybody. You don't like who I'm dating or what? Don't look my way then. Keep it moving.
I mean, they pretty much they summed that motherfucker up right for me.
Well, but I need your advice.
Like,
You a man. I
me-
want.
He's like ditto.
Honestly.
If I want to go talk to a white woman, marry a white woman, what advice would you give me?
Some advice I would tell you from personal experience.
It's one thing like for your mom to accept it. Did everyone in your family, like cousins and other people, accept to be like, oh, he's got a white girl in his life?
I dealt with that my whole life.
So then how would you tell someone how to deal with it?
The bet. I mean,
Duh.
no, no, you fucking idiot, dog.
Hey man, I want to take this moment to shout out more brand management. Our
Yes.
producer. He keep us goddamn laced.
He's like, I've been doing this for
everything, man. Goddamn best producer in the world, more brand management. My dog.
Because he's just
That man a fool.
He couldn't hold it in.
okay.
Oh shit. Yeah,
Okay.
so yeah, like you say, before I was interrupted, I dealt with this my whole life. The best advice, I mean, really laying your foot down, setting the tone early. That I would say, because I mean, if you allow motherfuckers to just talk crazy or greasy or disrespect your lady, I mean, that they gonna do what they do.
The saying is, what people think of you is none of your business. But you, like you said, you bring it to my front door, and now it's my business.
And
You have
not
something
and
to
not
say about it.
not giving a like y'all said it. I can't say it enough. Like really, people say it. People say it, and it sounds so cliche because we all say it like we don't give a fuck what bit, but we all care to what a motherfucker say or think about. Like we to an extent, you know what I'm saying? But once you allow that shit to really like control you and dictate how you act and respond, now they got control over you.
Yeah,
like
that's for them,
I won't let
tender niggas.
yeah, I won't.
Yeah, that's what them tender niggas, man, who want to goddamn let shit bother them.
You
and
feel
shit,
me?
you
Like
know? They out there, but you know, I get it.
yeah, that's don't be a tender nigga. So you feel me? Huh?
Chicken tender. Don't be chicken nugget. Yeah.
Y'all, I'm sorry before I say this. I
Bring
think
it started then.
Spanish people are the most racist.
More than white people who hung you from a tree.
Yeah, no, not
Okay.
that type of racist. When I say race, not that type of race. I don't mean racist like that
Okay,
type of
just
racist.
making sure.
But what I mean by racist is like they don't like when you date their women. Spanish men, they don't like that shit. That from my experience, they don't like that
I ain't
shit.
never
They
experienced
don't like that shit. They don't like that shit. They don't like they don't like that shit. They don't like that shit.
So that's the only reason you feel like they the most racist.
Yeah, in that I shouldn't even say it racist, but they don't like Spanish.
They don't like interracial.
They don't like that. The fathers, I can speak for the fathers.
I will say to that, like growing up, I was told my entire life, you're Puerto Rican, you will marry a Puerto Rican. I'm like, okay. But I had no desire to ever date or be with a I've never dated a Puerto Rican. No desire.
Since you was young?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I feel like
no,
that's
a serious question because
it's like that's what I was about to say too. Like that nigga said,
let me explain.
Why?
Let me explain real quick. Growing up, you know, like you say, you're taught racist.
Right,
you're taught to do
exposed
this.
to things, yeah.
Right. So growing up, and you were definitely young. Like, how old were you when she told you that?
I come from a huge family. My mom's 1 to 7. My grandfather's like 1 to 12. So we'd have parties every single weekend, and I would just watch everything, like optically see my cousins bring in different women, even the women bring in different men, and watching it happen and only being around my family, I was like, I would never want to date these men. Like, they're not faithful. They're womenizers, and they take pride in that. Like, it was like the thing for them. And I was like, I don't want to date a Spanish dude. And that was really what did it. Like, really started it for me. I was like, if this is how Spanish men are and they're good with it, I have no desire. But never dated within. My first boyfriend ever was a Afro-Cuban, and he was dark as shit. And no one had any clue that he was Cuban. Everyone was like, "Oh, you're dating a black guy?" I'm like, "Sure."
Yeah, I feel you. Shit, growing up, my mama told me don't date no white women. They crazy. But shit, I jumped off the porch and started dating white women. I like dating white women.
Don't do it.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's why I asked, because you know we all talk. Huh? Everything. Shit.
I just never want to marry one.
They fun. Like
everything.
I ain't going to no detail. I don't need to go in detail, you know what I'm saying? But white women fun. Yeah, you need to date some shit.
Swallow.
I'm gonna drink my drink.
Come on, we can drink to that.
Just that, because he's a hot mess. He's a hot mess for sure.
Oh man, do y'all feel like being in an interracial relationship, right? Would y'all cultures like clash? Well, you dated.
My favorite thing in the whole world.
You like it.
I love it.
When cultures clash.
Love it.
So
Because it gives me not clash, but like I get to have an experience outside of what I've known my entire life, and I get to see how this man has grown up, the food that he eats, the people he's around, the music they listen to, like all of that stuff allowed me to open up a whole nother world in a sense. So when people are just like focused on the fact that someone is black or whatever, you have no idea where that person comes from. I always love that.
What about you?
For me, a
I
Chinese
agree.
dude.
And I think it lets you see like how they were also raised.
Mhm.
Because like nobody is really raised the same. So it's like, you know, you might meet his family or something that he like grew up doing, and you're like, oh, that's why da 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 da, and it helps you have like a better understanding of them also.
Has there ever been like a situation where their character has like made you like say and
Character in what sense?
like the way they act that you didn't like, the mannerisms, anything that you didn't like?
I would say if it did, it just came from trauma, from stuff that they
Everything
went
comes
through
from
growing
trauma.
up.
Was that like an issue for you?
I feel like, well, I mean, it's happened like multiple times. I feel like it can be, depending on what it is, because some trauma, like, it makes people do things that, you know, some people don't want to tolerate or whatever, and they don't want to fix it or work on it or go to therapy and things like that. So if they don't want to fix it and it's like disrespectful, then like they have to go. But some things are, you know, fixable, or you can help them
You
like
can
work on it.
tolerate it.
But I'm not trying to be nobody's therapist. Like, I'm not trying to be.
I mean, but if you're dating somebody, you
No,
want to,
I mentor
help
too
them
many
out.
kids to be a therapist. That's too
Oh,
much.
Lord.
I'm not trying to go home to that. Not to a grown man that had time.
Meanwhile, I'm like, tell me about your day. Tell me everything. What's wrong with you? I'm like, how did that make you feel?
Yeah, see, you different.
Yeah, I know.
Have
I'm
you
weird.
ever gone through that? Like, different, the culture clashing, and where your wife does something where you didn't really know about? How does she, like, the way she operates towards the way you operate towards things?
I mean, I deal.
Because, obviously,
I deal
growing
with
up,
that.
we grow up different than them. So
I deal. I don't want to push everybody to go with interracial. You go with what you like. Whatever you love, that's what you go with. So I'm not pushing that.
No.
But I can say from my personal experience, I'm all on board. I like the fact that both races, collide. Well, not collide, clash. Because obviously certain things, I learned from her. Like, for instance, when I'm pretty sure we all can attest, like when we was growing up, every last one of our parents, I'm sure, said, as soon as your ad turn 18, bitch, your ad getting up out my house. They can't wait. The countdown is. So that's something like me and her argued for years. Me and her argue about this shit for years. Like, man, but when they had turned 18, but they getting the fuck up out of here, boy. I'm ready for that. That shit dead. But now, I'll say the past 2 3 years, 2 years, understanding the whole dynamic of how they got ahead and all that. I won't let my kids leave until they're ready. But at 18, if you're not going to college, you got to have a plan in place, and we're gonna work toward that plan. How the fuck you expect an 18-year-old kid to know what the fuck they doing at 18?
Right.
Like, that's crazy. You behind an 8 ball.
They're a teenager.
You feel me?
I'm damn near 40. I don't know what I'm doing still.
I remember vividly when I was 18, 19, bitch, my credit was fucked up because I was behind an 8 ball. You trying to survive. So then you wasting your whole 20s to go trying to get your credit straight when you could have let the kids stay there and you come up with a plan. And again, we argue about this shit for years. And then really when she broke it down to me, and then I started seeing the like, I ain't gonna say majority. I deal with all type of races with money, this and that. And I'm just looking at like, oh, this person got this, they did it this way. And I'm like, bitch, they doing something right over here. They ain't letting their kids leave too early, and you feel me. So that's one of the many things. And
so you're saying is white people
no,
contribute to generational wealth?
but Spanish people is good with that too. Chinese people good with that too. Nah, they'll stay in one household by 45 of their be in one house. They don't push you out.
No,
it's really.
My mother literally told me when I told her I wanted to move out, I was 18. She's like, bet moving out. Whatever's on your back is what you own. There's the door.
But the vast majority,
you just
the vast majority is Spanish, white, definitely.
No, they want you to live with
Asian.
them forever.
Yeah, but they build. That's how you build, not pushing a person. Like, we're like, as a black culture, we're so taught to
be independent.
Get out, and it's like, bro.
You guys, unfortunately, have always been in survivor mode. So because of that, that is trauma. That's trauma that goes back years. So everyone is taught is you have to do this. You have to prove yourself. Where I hate to say this, and no offense to any white people, but they don't have to work as hard. They don't have to do as much. So in relationships, I can see where that dynamic can be different. If you're going into an interracial relationship, you're changing things to be like, well, you're going to be treated differently if you do this versus me doing it. It's going to be a little bit different. But I see exactly where you're coming from, because I tell my mom I should have been born to a white family. They take care of their kids. My mom's like, figure it out, have fun.
Like I don't told you about shit that like financial shit that 6-7 years ago, bro, I didn't know none of that until like now. Like now, like my finances is there like for the first time in my life, and
I will give
because
you credit for that. You have one of the first things you ever told me about your wife, is that she, when it comes to finances and things, like puts you and helps you in a position that you've never been in before. And that's huge. If someone can help you build, regardless of anything else, and they're helping you and showing you like a path, you kidding me right now?
Yeah.
Everyone else wants to take from you. Want to help me build?
Definitely an asset in my dog life, man.
Cheers to Stephanie.
1, 2, 3. Oh, I feel an all coming.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I
was like, what the fuck?
1, 2, 3. Oh,
this nigga here, for real, dog. You always do that shit, bro.
Yeah. Damn, boy.
But yeah, man. That's where I feel like we should. But also flip side of that too, like you did say. Well, you did say both, but understanding where I come from too. Like I taught her certain things.
That well.
Yeah, like she.
Has there ever been an issue?
A lot, like how I raised. Yeah, a lot issues. Like not in a bad way. I don't want to say a lot, like a lot. But
I mean, I feel it.
Yeah,
I feel that a lot.
But a lot is like
they don't really know.
Bro, like for instance, white people so goddamn gullible.
Very.
Like they so like nice. Like I don't like. I live in a good community, whatever. But I don't give a fuck about my neighbors. I don't give a fuck to know your name. I don't give a fuck about nothing, none of that. I only care about what goes on in them 4 walls. She wanna, hi. I don't give a fuck about them people over there, bro. Like,
but it might be one day though when you need them or something happens, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I saw that." You don't gotta be besties and spend Thanksgiving with the neighbor.
But be polite.
What's gonna happen is what's gonna happen.
But you never know. You might need them for something.
So she's polite. You're not.
I got the same.
Because I just feel like I feel like it's a trust. Like I feel like if they know me, they know something about me. I don't like to let people in. That's just how
you have control over that. Saying hi is not letting someone in. It's just being cordial.
I don't want you to know shit about me, but that
you can
that mean that
I don't want them to know that I can speak.
They don't necessarily have to know anything about you.
Yeah, I think you're overthinking.
I just want them to look at their big.
I'm like him though.
That big mean black man, like I ain't fucking with that nigga there. That's what I just don't.
So you want to give off that persona? You want to give off that energy?
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. I want to say I don't want to give off the energy.
So
well, you are though.
You gotta pick a side.
I'm not being nice.
He's acting like he's going to like their wedding.
He can flip his hat. Anything. He can say hi to anybody else.
If you say hi. No. If you say hi, I'm gonna say hi. Okay, but I'm not for the. I'm not for
like you just standing there like a.
So they say hi to you. It's okay.
That's human. Like I'm not gonna just disrespect a human being by if they say hi to me, but I'm not going out my way. I'm not going out my way. Like
that's weird.
Across the street, I got to borrow the fucking ladder when we first moved in.
What's wrong with that? Did you have a ladder?
Why didn't you have a ladder then?
Go to Walmart.
Why didn't you go to Walmart?
That takes too much work. I'm gonna go next door. Excuse me.
You went to Walmart and got it.
I get what you're saying.
I ain't doing
nothing wrong with that, but like I said,
but is that your pride?
There's benefits to
Probably
it. You know what I'm saying? It's I can understand where she's coming from. It's benefits to it to know your neighbors. Like if anything could happen, you not home one day, Stephanie home, and your neighbors there to help her with something. You know what I'm saying? Because she done introduced herself to them. She done laid the foundation already. They know
a relationship.
You feel me?
That's a good way to look at it. What makes y'all gravitate to black men?
I'm gonna go all back to energy.
I was gonna say the same thing.
I'm an energy person altogether. If you are giving me something that I can feed off of and we connect,
anybody could give you that.
That's what I was gonna say.
That is true.
No,
anybody
I think unfortunately for a lot of men, and I'm only gonna even relate to. Did you guys watch the Cam Newton thing with the therapist?
No, brother. Yes, I did.
Yes.
I watched the whole
with low energy women. If I'm giving off a certain type of energy, I know what I'm attracting. I'm very confident in that. Some black men have that. Some, not all of them, Vernon. Calm down. But I'm just saying, and that goes across the board with everybody. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, energy does it for me. Well, I'm a very strong female in general. Like my persona, how I give off to people, I'm very alpha in my life. I got to show up for my daughter. I got to show up for everything. So I need a man who's going to show up the same way. A lot of what I've experienced in my life is that black men are that person. They're very alpha. They're very like, I'm gonna stand on this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna be the protector. I'm gonna be. That's very attractive to women. Unfortunately, the white men that I've experienced in my life are not that way. They're very meek. They're very much. I'm a Latin woman. I don't got time for that. So I'm gonna be like, okay, great, great for you.
Then we're letting Spanish women before they are.
We're a little spicy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy.
But mainly energy.
Yeah. Very.
I got a lot of energy myself. So you gotta be able to
Shelby.
handle the picante.
I would say like the same thing, but I've never dated anything else, so I don't know.
So you've never dated a Spanish guy?
Never.
I'm saying what, but I'm saying what? Why is what is it about a black man that makes you so, you know, intrigued about a black man? Why is that? So
I don't know. I like to black boy in kindergarten. His name is Daryl Simpson, and like it was in.
She called her names.
That's my dog. We're still friends now. I follow him on Facebook, but I don't know. Like it's just. I mean, I would say energy too, but I've also just never like dated like Spanish or white or Asian or what or anything else that like to have an opinion on that.
I'm not gonna lie, black men have a certain level of confidence that a lot of people don't have. That they're just gonna carry with them.
Shout out to being black.
So obviously with the whole NFL draft, this was very popular on the internet. When the NFL draft came by, there's a lot of black men that had a lot of white women on the TV screen with them. So obviously the internet, yeah, whatever. I mean, I don't know, wife, girlfriends, whatever, whatever. You know, obviously, internet was in a frenzy. Everybody, you know, was talking about it.
It's been going on.
Yeah, it's been going on. But you know, obviously, once you see the draft, everybody, you know, obviously it got on and everybody took it and ran with it. What's your take on black men dating these white women? Do you have an issue with that? Obviously,
within the sports.
No, just in general. This in general. But obviously, they took that. Yeah, well, yeah, we could say sports. Okay, they finally make it big, they get rich, whatever, and they go with a white woman.
It definitely happens a lot with athletes.
It was mostly just white,
but
it wasn't just white. It wasn't black. Anything other than black, it wasn't.
It was black man, white woman, and it's damn near every draft. You see it all the time in the NBA and the NFL.
A lot of these videos from years ago of certain athletes.
Yeah, a lot of these black men, they marry white women. My opinion is they just feel like they can, you know, they don't want something too hard. Like a black woman can kind of be aggressive, be strong, be goddamn you know, aggressive, and some of them take the easy route. I'm just be honest with you. Some of them take the easy route to get a white woman. So that's what I think it is.
I'm not going to disagree with him at all, because I feel like culturally, growing up, women are raised a certain way, especially black women, Spanish women, where white women, unfortunately, are not raised a certain way. We're taught to be tough. We're taught to stand up for ourselves, where everyone labels an angry black woman or a loud Spanish woman, where then you see a white girl who everyone's like, oh, it's going to be great because she's going to be quiet. So a lot of men choose to be with these women because they have this idea of, I'm going to do what I want, be able to do what I want, because they're going to be sitting in the back and be quiet. Where if a black woman was dating me or a Spanish woman was dating me, you could never. Yeah, I'm going to call your ass out. I'm going to come for you.
Like say that too. Same thing with Spanish, Latino women. It's the same thing. Yeah. That's why I say y'all consider black too. You know what I'm saying? But that's my opinion. What I think it is. Why?
I mean, it's your opinion.
And also, you know, where a lot of the black athletes go to school at. Yeah, they go to these big schools. They go to the, you know, away Ohio, Idaho, and ain't nothing but white women out there. Exactly. So that's all they see, especially at
It's almost like nature versus nurture, and then you allow them to go into this whole new environment, and they're so exposed to like, whoa, this is new. I gotta try this new candy and see if I like it, and then they like it because the candy don't hurt their throat.
I don't know. I mean, I don't have a problem with it, but I think it is because majority of them do go to PWIs. So it's like the football team might be the only black people at the school. So it's like, what do you want them to do? And some of them live in the middle of nowhere or like in like Ohio or whatever. But I mean, I just like who you like. If that's, I mean, but there are a lot of NFL and NBA couples that are both black. Like there is a lot of
for
black
sure.
love, but it's like I feel like they focus so much on the interracial ones.
Sounds like
it's
D-Wade and LeBron for their wives.
But it's like there's so many NFL players that are, and then sometimes like I don't know, but there are a lot of NFL players that or athletes in general, even like with track and stuff, like with the Olympics that just passed, like it was a lot of you know, black couples and stuff like that. But I think people just focus on the negative more than well, it's not negative, but what they think is a negative more than a positive.
It sells.
Yeah.
I mean, I've dated a ball player, a black ball player. I lived that life and saw how people treated me differently because they thought I was after this person because of what, like, the money he brought in, other than the fact that I liked this person and who this person was. And, oh, she's dating a busy ball player. I met him. I didn't know anything about him. He just happens to play ball. But I was
but also,
a
I
Spanish
don't know who
girl.
they expect them to date. Like
they're gonna date somebody,
yeah,
and someone's always gonna have something to say about anybody, right? Because poor Stedman's getting shit too, so it doesn't matter. He's getting shit.
All y'all right, but I'm gonna just go back to the question at hand about the athletes. I'm an athlete. I'm a ball player. Whatever. I'm making all the money. I got what I got. I can control this woman.
Ooh, that word.
You got athletes, and then you got just regular
Joe Schmo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I know a lot of athletes, and I don't think that's. I think it's case by case.
An athlete is not gonna deal with no 9 to 5 every day. You know what I'm saying? Type of shit.
Oh, I know a lot of athletes that do that.
Yeah. Where are they?
Married to them.
No, I know a lot of them. A lot of my friends are married that are in the NFL.
To just regular 9 to 5 women.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
what do you think?
But she's like stay home mom.
These women work.
That's my point.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? They
I don't know none of them.
I mean, I've always worked my entire life, but when I dated,
that's the point I'm trying to make.
But they're white and black. They're everything.
Yeah, and because he's the money maker, he's the breadwinner.
So control.
Exactly. At the end
or he's just a provider. I don't think it's a control thing.
Provider, control, all that. It all falls. But with that being said, we got to wrap it up. I appreciate Lysandra and Shelby with 2 L's for coming on the show.
Thanks.
It was definitely a good one. Go ahead and take us out.
Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to Bigger Vision Podcast on YouTube and Instagram. This podcast is produced by More Brand Management, music by Mario on the Beat, and hosted by Big Amp, Burning the Barber. Check us out.